and has the point. So solution. And also the dynamic and extendable hash. The idea of the dynamic and extendable hash is it's kind of a hash inside a hash. So using the binary representation. So for example, in the directory you start. So what is the level? Okay, depth of the hash. Okay, so this is a 0003 and so on. So we are not going to cover details of the hash algorithm, but it's a good idea to review your data structure textbook that you learned before, probably long time ago, right? So at least years ago. Do you remember the data structure? It says 1, 1, and 1 or 2. I think the 1 or 2 in UV class. But any of the, it's kind of standard for the freshman level or sophomore level, right? Did you learn the data structure in sophomore? Yeah, freshman and sophomore. Freshman is with the Java, right? The CS 102. I'm not going to cover the rate part nowadays, as I discussed with, as I mentioned in the operating system class. Ladder technique is not very critical nowadays, so I'm not going to cover the rate part. But those who are interested, just for your knowledge, you can refer the textbook or operating system. Then database used a lot for the storage area networks. Why? What is a storage area networks? We can using the very fast the network. Then we can connect. We have the storage box, huge, big storage box, but connect with the computer node. Then this is, for example, fiber channel, very fast. So speed is not much different from I/O bus, which means from this computer point of view, it's a local computer. It looks like the local computer, and local computers. Then we can actually manage the storage box as a separately. So like the dynamically allocate the quota or it has a memory, the cache area. So that is the storage area network. The SAN database configuration use a lot of such a SAN configuration. This is 20 years old. 17, 8, 16 or 17 years ago, I managed the database server. This is what I managed at the time. We have the three. The SAN, the storage box, that is the EMC. Nowadays, EMC is purchased by the Dell computer recently. I expect, I think that several years ago I mentioned in the classroom, the EMC will be struggling because the EMC has been focused on the data storage. It's a hardware part, but as you know, the most of the IT company that are successful nowadays is the software only, like the Google, Apple is slightly different. But the Oracle, one of the competitor of the Google, and what else? The Facebook. So all of these are the software company. So EMC has been trying to change their the structure into the software part. That was the reason VMware. So actually, the EMC purchased a VMware long time, several years ago. Only because of that, Dell is interested in purchasing the EMC. Actually, the Dell is not much interested in the hardware box, the storage box. Instead, only VMware. VMware is the virtual machine. The architecture is one of the important, the computing, the architecture and environment for future. So I believe that is interesting only in that part. Anyway, so these are the end of chapter 16. Okay, so 3 minutes remainder is okay. So I'm going to wrap up today's class, and we will see on Wednesday.